Hey guys, today we're going to do a short lesson about the widow's oil. You'll find this in 2 Kings chapter 4 verses 1 through 7. It's going to talk a little bit about faith. It's going to talk a little bit about trusting God and how He can provide for you. And I think all these lessons are kind of important right now with what's going on in the world as far as the quarantine and us being stuck inside all the time. So let's just take a listen to the story and see what we can learn from the widow's oil.
Hello, I'm a little old widow, and I don't know what to do. My husband has died, and it's just me and my 2 boys. And the people that he owes money to, they're being so impatient, and they're saying if I don't pay them, they will take my sons as slaves. Oh no! So I called out to Elisha, and he's a true man of God. And he said, "What do you have, old widow lady?" And I said, "All I have in my house is 1 jar of oil, and it's barely even got any left." And he told me that would be plenty. Well, I trusted what he was saying because he is a man of God. And he said, "Go get some jars. Not just a couple of jars, but as many jars as you can find from all your neighbors." So we went and got lots and lots and lots of jars. And then he said, "Take your oil and pour it all into the jar." Well, that's all that I have in the world to cook with, and it'll barely fill up 1 jar. And I don't know, but that's what Elisha said to do. So here we go. So I got 1 small jar, and I'll take it and I'll pour it in. Okay, that looks like all I got in that one. But he said I should pour it again, so I got another jar. Here we go. Not much left. I don't know about this, Elisha, but I'll do what you say, and I'll get another jar. Okay, here we go. Oh, not much is coming out, but it's still coming out. I thought it was empty, but I keep going and getting some. Let's try another one. Oh my goodness, here we go. Can you believe it? I can't believe it. The first one, I emptied it all out, and then I was able to do some in 1, some in 2, some in 3, but the last one surely was all. I'll see if there's any left, because Elisha told me to keep going until there were no more jars left, that would be exactly the amount I needed. Surely, that will be all. Do you think there's any left in the jar? I think it's empty, but we'll try one more time. I can't believe it poured more. Elisha was right. If I trust in God and do exactly as He says, He will always provide for us.
Wow. I thought that the jar was empty after the first time, and turns out she did it many more times. Now in the video we only did a few times just to show how God could continuously provide, but in the Bible it says she filled up just numerous jars, lots and lots and lots of jars. She filled up so many jars that what she was able to do was she was able to sell that oil and get money to pay off the debts that her husband had owed. Remember, they were going to come take their sons if he didn't pay, so she had to pay them. And she didn't have any money, she didn't have any plan, but she did exactly what Elisha said, and she was able to get enough oil, not too much, not too less, but just enough so that she could pay off everything that he owed and the sons could stay living with her. That's amazing. And that's kind of what God does. He provides for us. So the first thing we learned is that first we have to ask for his help. You know, so a lot of times we think, oh, I can do that. I'll try it my way, or we'll do it. And that, you know, may be okay, but God doesn't want okay for us. God wants everything for us. So she asked Elisha for help. And Elisha, first thing he did was say, okay, hey, what do you have? I'm not trying to give you something to make the problem go away on its own. I want you to solve the problem. So what do you have? And she had just the oil, right? So then he said, you know, don't be afraid to ask for help from others. So, you know, don't ever be afraid to ask your teachers, your parents, your friends, you know, an adult. If you got a problem, ask. And who did she ask? She asked her neighbors. And they gladly gave her all these jars. They didn't know what for, but they did. And then he provided. He took what she had and put it in the jars. Now, he didn't give her just tons to put on her shelves to use down the road. He gave her exactly how much. So he knew how many jars she was going to get. And then on the very last jar is when the bottle that had the oil in it emptied. Exactly. And that was exactly enough to pay off the debt. Didn't give her any less or any more. Exactly what she needed, because God always knows exactly what we need. So again, you'll find that in 2 Kings chapter 4, verse 1 through 7. And read it, check it out with your parents, and I hope you enjoyed it. Until next time, God bless.